Hey everyone, Zorak28 here, and welcome to something new I decided to do here. I'm not alone, but I'll get to that in a minute. This is a tier list, as you can see, of Kuribohs. Now, I did not make this tier list, and that brings me to my guest for today. This is made by she is the Kuriboh master, I would say. This is her list, and I'll let her explain it. We're doing an interview today. So this is the great and legendary JasKuri. I forgot your name all of a sudden. Wow, but there you go. Hi, there's JasKuri, everyone.
Starting things off with F tier, we have, I would argue, be one of the worst spell cards in the game, being Transcendent Wings.
Transcendent Wings.
You have to send a face-up Wing Kuriboh you control, and 2 cards from your hand to the graveyard to summon level 10 from your hand or deck. Meaning, if it gets negated, you are negging 4.
Oh my god, negging 4?
Next up to this is part that's technically not a Kuriboh, but it's still part of it.
I think it's the cutest Kuriboh.
It's Kuriboh. As all she does is return herself to hand. She's targeted for an attack. Kuriboh is more of a Photon support card, but again, it's all it does is you pay 2,000, and then prevents you from taking effect damage that turn.
Oh, not bad.
And finally, for the last F tier is the Wretched Ghost of the Attic, which again, it isn't technically a Kuriboh monster. All it is a vanilla monster. It's level 2.
So you would say this is the Kuriboh before Kuriboh, right?
Next on to E tier, we have Junk Kuriboh, which when a monster effect would inflict damage to you, you discard it to negate the activation, destroy it. But unfortunately, the best part about it is that it's a Kuriboh monster. Then we have the leveled Wing Kuribohs, which, the spell is an F tier, but if you can actually summon it, Wing Kuriboh level 10 isn't worse, as it can blow itself up to basically blazing mirror force your opponent.
Oh wow, that's actually pretty good.
Then we have Wing Kuriboh level 9, which you special summon it if you can do a chain link of 3 or higher. And it's not very good now, but it used to be a way to summon VFD Kuribohs. Is this your turn?
You could summon VFD and Kuribohs? I had no idea. I own that card in real life, by the way.
We have Kuriboh, which is a thunder monster that can summon up to 2 more copies of itself from deck, and can also counter Zodiacs.
Okay.
I used to actually play this card.
We don't need that.
Personally, because it being a thunder monster, it did give the deck access to Thunder Dragon Colossus when that card was legal. That card is missed by me.
If anybody heard her say that it countered Zodiacs, just forget that part. We don't need to know that. It's okay. Come on. It's okay.
Next, we have an underrated spell, being Sabatil the Philosopher's Stone.
Oh.
As if you have a Wing Kuriboh in your graveyard, by paying 2,000, you can search for any fusion spell, including Super Poly.
Oh wow, that's pretty good.
And then Berserker Crush. It's not nearly as good, but for memes, you can turn your Wing Kuriboh into a big beat stick for a turn.
So Kuriboh goes Unga Bunga, you're dead.
On to D tier, we have Perform Pal Kuriboh. This one is...
I did not know that one existed even. There's a Performa Pal Kuriboh? Is it Pendulum? Oh wow.
No, it's just when a opponent's monster deploys a direct attack, you can special summon it and then change the attack to it, and then you'll gain that much life points instead. So you can use it to cheese the opponent during game 3 for time.
Instead of Cowboy for game, let's do Kuriboh for game. That's what I'm talking about. We got to build around that later. That's in the tank. Go on.
On to a card called Generation Next. Although it's technically more of a hero support card, it can also summon Kuribohs. Basically, if your life points is lower than your opponent, you can add or special summon a hero, Kuriboh, or Neospatial monster deck. It's good, but it's a worse version of a card that's later in the list.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
And there's Sphere Kuriboh. I would say it's still pretty good, but it's mainly just useful in Duel Links now.
Also known as the smoothest Kuriboh.
And then onward to the last card in D tier list, we have Kuriboh Bandit, which although you can't, it doesn't really work well with the normal Kuribos. Control-based decks that, like a lot of spell and traps, you contribute it during the turn it was normal summon, and then escalate the top 5 cards to your deck, and then add a trap.
Nice. That's actually not bad at all. I was trying to imitate the pose of Kuriboh Bandit. I just think it's kind of cute. But go on.
On to C tier, which is I think the smallest part of the tier list. We have Kuriboh.
Isn't that one of the new ones?
Which,
Kuriboh.
It is. Unfortunately, it's kind of the worst one out of the Kuriboh brothers.
Oh, that's sad.
But you still have to play it because of another card that's later in the list. And then we have Kuriboh Babylon, which is kind of like the mini boss monster of the deck, but unfortunately it's not treated as a Kuriboh monster.
What? That's a rip. Come on now. I mean, he's an angry little fur ball.
Onto the B tier, we have a couple of cards that are pretty good as like one-ups in the deck, including the new Astral Kuriboh.
Oh, okay.
It's mainly useful if you're playing like the OTK variant, as you can reveal something like number 100 or 97 Draglubion, summon it, and then it becomes that level. You can make Draglubion, make number 100, and then you got an 8 set per game.
Okay, that's deadly. Wow.
Onto Rainbow Kuriboh. Can prevent any monster that declares an attack. It stops the attack and then prevents it from attacking. And then it can also bring itself back if your opponent declares a direct.
Yeah, I faced a Kuriboh deck once, and that thing was the bane of my existence. That little rainbow guy. I love him, but dang.
And then Clear Kuriboh. Clear Kuriboh is basically a better version of the Junk Kuriboh that we covered earlier, as it can negate a monster effect that can deal damage, but also has a really good graveyard effect where if opponent declares a direct, and then if it's a monster, you can special summon it and then change the attack.
Okay, that's not bad. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I see it's like all coming together here at the top. All right, I'm interested in this. All right.
Now the last card of B tier is Relink Kuriboh, where if it's tributed, you can draw a card, which, interesting enough, Link Kuriboh's effect actually triggers, so it gives you an extra bit of draw power. And if a monster you control be destroyed by battle, you can banish it from your graveyard instead.
Oh wow. Okay. That's
which neither of the effects are once per turn either.
Okay, I can see some brokenness going on. These little Kuribohs, man. They're crazy. For anybody listening out there, man, these Kuribohs are crazy. That's why you're the Kuriboh master, though, to explain it to us. So I like this, though. Okay.
Next, we have the first card of A tier being Kuriboh, as it's one of the better Kuriboh brothers, as it can special summon any Kuriboh monster if it's destroyed by battle, and then it's always treated as a Kuriboh monster.
That's not bad. All right, kind of like that one.
Now I hate to do this. Wing Kuriboh is one of my favorite Kuriboh monsters, but I gotta put it in A tier because it's kind of like the worst target for fluted summoning Kuribohs.
Oh no!
And it doesn't have as much use in the deck.
I like Wing Kuriboh.
And we have Kuriboh. Kuriboh, similar to Kuriboh, if it's destroyed by battle, or if another Kuriboh monster is destroyed by battle, it lets you add a spell or trap card from your deck to your hand that specifically lists Kuriboh in, which includes a lot of the cards that are in the S tier.
Oh, okay, that's pretty good.
Lastly, we have Ink Kuriboh, another card that I hope we get later this year with the Kuriboh support, as if an opponent's monster declares an attack, you can discard it and then special summon a monster from either graveyard.
Whoa, that's pretty good. Now, to clarify, Ain't Kuriboh is not legal yet, right?
Right. It's still in the OCs. We did, however, get it in an artwork from a spellcaster monster. Oracle Mana, I believe is the name of the card.
Oh, yeah, that one, yeah. Okay, the OCG people, always holding the good cards hostage.
Then on to the final tier. S tier, we have the OG Kuriboh, as although it's effect-wise, it's not important. The main thing is the name, as it's Dark Magician of the deck. You gotta 100% run 3.
All right.
You have the last Kuriboh brother, being Kuriboh. If an attack is declared, you can discard it to add any Kuriboh monsters from your deck here.
Whoa. Okay, that's pretty good.
Then Link Kuriboh, I would say doesn't really need any explanation for being S tier, as it can be ran in any deck and really helps the deck. The grind game. Link
Kuriboh is OP and is everywhere. Probably the most used Kuriboh on this list.
And then finally for the monsters, because after this it's just the spell. we have Kuriboh. It can bring it back any monster that was destroyed by battle in the battle phase, or if an attack is declared, you can banish it from your graveyard to special summon any number of Kuriboh monsters from the graveyard.
That little fur ball is
also
broken.
Neither of its effects are once per turn.
What? Okay, yeah, that thing is broken. Okay, that thing is going to be like Kuriboh everywhere. That's going to be like the list, like the leader right there. I just know it.
Then on to the first spell, we have Multiply, as it's basically a better scapegoat, especially now, because you just tribute a face-up Kuriboh monster, well, Kuriboh specifically, but you special summon as many Kuriboh tokens, and they're all dark. Just this one card can end on Rusty, Conda, and plus whatever other you can do with the last token.
Okay, so to clarify though, can you use Multiply with any of the Kuribohs, or does it have to be Kuriboh specifically?
Unfortunately, it has to be the original Kuriboh.
Okay.
But it is searchable now because of Kuriboh Brothers. The newest spell, 5-star Twilight, you tribute a level 5 monster to special summon one Kuriboh, Boo, and Kuriboh from your hand, deck, and or grave. You basically have to summon
grave
to 5 monsters
or deck. So you just summon these things out from anywhere.
Yep.
Oh.
Unfortunately, this one is a hard once per turn, but they had to balance that out.
Imagine. Can you use your Kuribohs to Link Climb or Xe Summon? Or...
Yep.
Oh.
It has no restrictions past that. The only thing is you have to tribute a level 5 monster specifically, which coincidentally is Furry Babylon, which can special summon itself.
That is, okay. Well, somebody's going to make a broken deck of that. Probably you, but still, it's going to be amazing.
Then onto the last card, we have the Flute of Summoning Kuriboh, as a Rhoda that can either add or special summon Kuriboh or Wing Kuriboh. It's also not once per turn.
So, let me get this straight. If you have Multiply in your hand and Flute of Summoning Kuriboh, I take Flute of Summoning Kuriboh, summon your Kuriboh, use Multiply, and there you go.
Yep.
Broken.
And if you open up multiple, you can just chain them and basically just chain block.
This is OP. So what is the desired inboard of a Kuriboh deck? Like your best inboard if you can make it. What would it be?
That would be Honda, Dragoon, IP Masquerena, and Link Kuriboh, typically. And then during the opponent's turn, you can go into a 3 to 4 material Appaloosa, and then you have your graveyard filled if they try to attack, and then you can bring back the Link Kuriboh to protect them.
Wow, that's a heck of a board. Okay, so in your opinion, what is holding the deck back? I see a lot of battle effects. Any card effects ruin it though?
I would say the Kuriboh Brothers requiring them or other Kuribohs to be destroyed by battle kind of hurts them. Like if they just searched on summon, they would be just insane.
Yeah, I mean, I can understand that. That makes sense. So if out of all this Kuriboh support, it seems to be a lot. What would be your wish? Like next one they make, what would be the wish effect you would have? What would be the best effect you can think that you would want for this deck?
They really need a draw spell. Like you go through your hands really quickly, and a lot of times that ends up being what causes you the game. Because the opponent can out advantage you, and then that's kind of it right there.
I see. Okay. Does Kuriboh deck run Pot of Prosperity or Extravagance or anything?
It can. I have been testing Prosperity in the deck, and that's been really helpful. Because sometimes you just have to get that one card, and then you got the full combo.
Nice. Okay, one last question. Is there any other engine that can be good in the Kuriboh deck?
Oh, I'd say Phantom Knights. They're extremely broken in the deck, especially when you're able to resolve Multiply, as Rusty just requires Dark Monsters, which can include the token.
Wow. Okay. Phantom Knight Kuribohs, guys, they're coming. Well, thank you, Jas, for sharing this. Do you have any other final thoughts on Kuribohs or anything you want to share?
I think I'm good.
All right. Any shout outs or anything you want to plug in or anything before we go?
Shout outs to Project Dual Club. They're all just really great.
PDC is great. I love PDC, but I want to put one in for you. Don't you have a Twitter account where you do Bricks from the Binder?
Oh, yeah, I do. Once daily, except for on Sundays, I post cards on my binders. Coming close to the end of binder number 2, actually.
It is a very neat journey to watch all the your cards as you put them on there. I always put a little heart on and stuff. I love the cards you put on there. Some really neat ones, and some I haven't seen in a while. So keep it up. And so anyway, guys, Thanks for watching. And this is the Kuriboh, the Master Kuriboh girl. That's what I'm going to call her. Anyway, and maybe sometime you can bring a Kuriboh deck list and break it down for us. How about that? How's that sound?
I would like that.
All right. Thanks, guys, for watching. And yeah, until next time, see you later.